Candles. They're the universal gift, sure to make anyone light up with joy. And now a couple-owned business is bringing luxury candles to the local scene. It's called G&G Home, and they're now open in Oak Park. Jamaica Ponder is live with us this morning, talking everything candles, decor, and entertaining. Jamaica, you also look stunning in this hot pink. This is such a great summer look. I love it.
Jackie, thank you very much. When I walked in here, I was like, whoa, I'm dressed kind of bright because the energy of this space is so calming and refined. And I was like, I don't know if neon really fits it, but that's okay, we're gonna go with it. G&G Home, coming up on their 1-month anniversary, and I'm here with one of the co-owners, half of the dynamic duo that founded this shop, Georgianna Williams.
Hello.
And you know what, Georgianna, you have done such a beautiful job of creating this space. I said when I walked in, I'm like, wow, it smells amazing in here.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I want to make sure that everybody gets to see, before we head over to the candles, what else you have in here, because it's a collection of vintage wares and things that you found. Can you tell me a little bit about what we're looking at?
Yes, my husband and I are obsessed with all things thrifting and antiquing, so we have curated a lot of these things from our favorite thrifted antique shops. So anything that you really need for like a gift or entertaining, we're huge entertainers. We love hosting and throwing dinner parties. You can get your taper candles here. You can get something for your husband. We have beard oils that we wholesale. I also work with some amazing local makers. This is from an amazing brand. Her name is Nasira, and she has a brand, Opta Emporium. She does these gorgeous cold press soaps. And yeah, a lot of vintage finds and giftables.
And one thing that I guess is kind of the core of your business, and maybe what catapulted you all even into getting this brick and mortar, is your home fragrance line and the many forms in which it comes. So on this table here, we have some of your, you gotta tell me, what is?
Yes, this is our reed diffuser. So this is a great flameless option for people who aren't really into like a burning flame. They're maybe a little scared of fire, and they want something just kind of scenting their home without having to do anything. And then yes, we specialize in our luxury vegan candles. I use a beautiful creamy coconut wax, and I also blend it with a soy wax. So I love the mixture of both. I think it makes like a perfect blend.
And Georgianna is making all of these candles like back here, and they're about to start having classes that you can come in here and make them yourself. And so before we wrap up, because we don't have a ton of time, you got to show me one thing.
Yes.
What's with the wick cutting?
Yes. Okay, so this is something that I see so many people do wrong, and it's just like, let me give you one little tip. You definitely always want to trim your wicks before you relight. So we sell these beautiful candle care kits. This is a wick trimmer, and the little nubs, you just want to bloop, bloop. I usually just kind of put it right on a napkin. And that way, when you burn your candle, it is preserving its scent, as well as keeping the flame nice and manageable. So that is why if you have a lot of black soot around your candle, you're not trimming your wicks. So definitely trim your wicks. That's like my biggest tip.
Georgianna, these are so cute, and I cannot wait to make some candles with you. We're gonna be here all morning, so Georgie and I will be back, but right now we're gonna send it back to you in the studio. Jackie?
Oh, Jamaica, trimming the wick. I didn't even know that was a thing, so I really learned something. And man, I do have some soot around my candles sometimes. So, man, okay, this is news you can use. Jamaica, thank you.
Yes.
8 o'clock. Well, looking to light up your home decor and your entertaining, you'll want to check out G&G Home in Oak Park. This morning, Jamaica Ponder has been chatting with the co-owner, and now we're going to focus on setting your table in the most stylish way possible. Jamaica, this is, well, I don't know. It's something I need, but is it something that I'm actually going to use? I don't know, because I don't really host a lot of dinner parties, but, you know. And anyway, enough about me. Tell us what you got.
Well, even if you're not, you know, a host extraordinaire, Georgianna and her partner have created a place where you can buy gifts for other people, or really just like gifts for yourself. It doesn't necessarily need to be to entertain other folks. It can just be for you. It can just be for you.
Yes.
And so that's what we're going to be showing you, is how to spruce up your home table, whether or not you're having guests. And so, Georgianna, I'm going to have you kind of walk me through what we have already out.
Okay, perfect. This is like really happy for me. I love all things hosting. This is a beautiful linen tablecloth that of course I thrifted, along with 2 vintage candlestick holders, all of the stuff you can get here at the shop. These are beautiful vintage coupe glasses from one of my favorite retail vintage shops here.
This bowl.
It's in Forest Park. It's literally called Dodgery. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a stunning walnut bowl. that I love.
So I have to ask you, where are you sourcing all of this stuff? Because these are things that we can buy when we come into the shop.
100%. I do a mixture from here locally in Oak Park, LaGrange, Forest Park. Sometimes I drive out to St. Charles. I really can't wait to book an overseas trip to do a lot of sourcing overseas. We'll save that for 2025.
Can I take us away from the table for a second? Because I'm obsessed with these shelves over here. It has more merchandise, more things that you've sourced.
Yes.
But one of the biggest things that I want to point out to people are these prices.
Yeah.
This cream and sugar set here, $45. You can get gifts that are about $20. This price range, Georgiana, talk to me about it, because when at first glance it seems like somewhere that might be a little, I don't know, cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, it was super important for my husband and I to have a space that, again, the price point is comfortable for every single person, so we really try to keep the prices low. So yes, I know it maybe looks a little ever so slightly intimidating and that maybe you wouldn't be able to afford a lot of pieces here, but you really can. You really can. Our candles are priced at $32. We have bars of soap for $15. And again, this candlestick holder is $10. So, I mean, it's really for everybody.
And it's authentically vintage. I mean, some of these plates that you have the candles sitting on, and just this is going to be the last thing that I show folks, but these are some vintage coming from your grandma?
Yeah, so this is actually blue willow, which is really important to my husband and I. It's essentially forbidden love, which we have a similar story, but my grandmother left me that beautiful china set, and so I have her dishes all over the store.
Georgiana, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And I know that you're going to be showing us how to make our own candles in the upcoming hour, so be sure to stick around for that, because we are not done here at G&G Home, but we're going to send it back to the studio for now.
All right, Jamaica, thank you so much. A beautiful store indeed. Well, candles, they are, of course, the universal gift, sure to make anyone light up. And now a couple-owned business is bringing luxury items to the local scene. It's called G&G Home, and they're now open in Oak Park. That's where we'll find our Jamaica Ponder with more.
That's right. We've been checking out everything from vintage decor to home fragrances, and now we're going to look at how you can make your very own centerpieces out of a thrifted bowl and a bouquet of flowers. So I've got shop owner Georgianna Williams here to give us the 101 class on how to make this at home for yourself, because it looks professionally done.
Oh my gosh,
and you are a professional, but for those of us who aren't, how can we make something like this?
Yes, so one of my favorite things to do for all of my dinner parties is create centerpieces. So this beautiful bowl I found at a thrift shop for $6.99. Yes, $6.99, I know. It's hard to believe, but I love to create beautiful centerpieces with seasonal blooms. So right now we have some roses and peonies. And a fun little tip and trick I like to do is actually take my fingers and slightly open up the blooms. And that way it creates a larger circumference to kind of cover the bowl. I usually start with my beautiful greenery first, just to kind of create some sort of a shape and dimension. It kind of gives a little map for the bowl. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck in the larger blooms to kind of fill up those sparse areas.
Just anywhere?
Anywhere you would like.
Okay.
I think it'd be, perfect. I was going to say it'd be perfect right there.
I see that you have Scotch tape in here. What is that doing for the flowers? Is it keeping them upright, or?
It is. It's a fun little trick. So essentially you're taking plain old Scotch tape and you're making a lattice. I go straight up and down on the front part and then go across, and that really holds the stems in place. That way they're not wobbling side to side.
And you can really arrange.
You can really arrange.
Because I feel like sometimes I'll put all my flowers together, and then the moment I move it off the table, it looks like a mess.
Totally.
So lattice with Scotch tape.
Yes.
I will definitely keep that in mind.
Yes.
And so, can people come in here and buy flowers for themselves? And
they can on Saturdays. Saturdays, I will be making a few special bouquets, and people can come in and buy them. I love arranging them all the time, so it's fun for me to switch it up every single week.
And where are you getting your flowers from?
I get them all over. So I have a wholesaler that I work with. I also get them from the farmer's market, but also good old-fashioned grocery store has sometimes some of the best blooms. And if you go early, pro tip, if you go early in the morning, you'll get quite a selection.
Yes.
Quite a selection.
Yes.
You got to get there right at 8 when they open, but you will get some beautiful flowers, and again, cost effective. You can get a whole slew.
I am a grocery store flower buyer for certain. I love the discount bin when they're like a little wilted. All they need is some TLC. They perk right back up at home.
Yes.
So this is looking fantastic. I'm going to throw this last flower in here, and then let's add it to the center of our table so we can see the final product. and what you can recreate on your own dinner table,
Voila.
should you so choose. Or you can come right here, G&G Home in Oak Park. They've been open just under a month. July 1st will be their 1 month anniversary. And they're selling flowers every Saturday. You can get some beautiful vintage vestibules like this one, or you can thrift it yourself. But Georgianna, I appreciate you spending all morning with us, telling us about your home fragrance atelier, all of your beautiful finds, and most importantly, ways that people can spruce up their lives locally and at an affordable price. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here, and please come back anytime.
I might not leave.
Oh my gosh, we want you to stay. We want you to stay. That's the whole point.
All right, back to y'all in the studio. I'm staying here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to leave either. That is a beautiful store and so much to learn there. I learned earlier that you just cut the wick of the candle before you light it. I've never trimmed the wick before, but I learned something today from Jumpstart.